if someone want to know more about the Buddhist teachings, or if, for example, you heard about some of the Buddhist teachings and you want to find out more about it or reference, how do you do? For especially, as you know, the canonical text, as well as there's a commentary and sub-commentary and secondary sources there. For example, very easy way, there's a few ways. One way is you can discuss about it with the expert who are living. Like, if you, for example, if you want to know more about like five aggregate, okay, aggregate or five aggregate in Buddhism. So uh, you can type, okay, I mean, according to today's world, you can Google it. So you will see a number of references are there. I mean, a number of articles are there, so you may pick up one of them. So when you go through all these the notes or whatever it is, like the article, then you will see there are so many references, right? So you can actually collect it. Okay, just one way. Another way is, for example, you can use the dictionary. Like when you use the dictionary, so they have like five aggregate, I mean, especially Buddhist dictionary should be. So five aggregate, or for example, let's say like you want to find the Nama Rupa, the Nama Rupa, Nama Rupa. That means name and form, right? Name and form. So you want to find out more about it. So what you can do is you can go to the dictionary. So you will see some of the explanation about it. In the same time, they will give you a lots of references. So like, for example, in the Anguttara Nikaya, this sutta, in the Majjhima Nikaya, this sutta, in Digha Nikaya, this sutta, something like that. So once you remember the sutta name and the number, you can go to that particular suttas, then you can find more about it. And sometimes we'll see there's like in article, they give some example, like extra references to know more about it, see like this and that. For example, Nama Rupa, like name and form, this term appears in many, many suttas. So if you get some suttas, and you will get more references from that suttas too. Okay, that is the one way. And I think you may know that in Buddhism, it has like the, firstly is the like Tipitaka. Tipitaka, you know the canon, right? Canon, canon. I'm not going to write all the words. So in the canon means Tipitaka, the three basket, okay? Sutta, Vinaya, Abhidhamma. So especially Sutta Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka.
Bhante, I will interrupt you one thing. You have to mention encyclopedia also, no? When we start
Yes,
the
there is
word.
encyclopedia also there, actually,
Yeah,
is
that one
true.
is very
Yeah,
important.
yeah. And encyclopedia also there. You also can go there, because in the encyclopedia, especially they talk about the point as well as the references are there. And for example, in Sutta Pitaka, now so when you study Sutta Pitaka, sometimes you cannot understand some of the key points in Sutta Pitaka. So what the commentator in the past, what they did is to understand, for example, like this is Sutta you are reading, this is the Sutta you are reading, but certain words you cannot understand. You can't understand what does it means. So in order to understand it, in order to give the more, the example, elaborate this to give, I mean, to talk more about it, the commentator, they have written something in the commentary. That's my Attakata. Okay, and you will see the more classification, more discussion, more the elaboration of that certain words in the commentary. And when you go through the commentary, in the commentary, even sometimes it's also not clear for you, or you need more clarification about it. And there is another called to the tika. Tika means sub-commentary. Tika means sub-commentary. 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 Tika. And when you go through it, actually, there also maybe there are some difficulties for you. Still, you have some other access that is called the Tika and Tippani. So, Sutta, okay, four canon. I mean, the four Nikayas, for example, mostly about the four Nikayas. In order to understand the key points in the four Nikaya, the commentator have given, I mean, the commentarial is developed. So in order to understand the commentarial aspect, for example, there's some certain words I said is difficult to understand, then you can go the sub-commentary. And if you cannot, I mean, if still you need more, the explanation, then you can go the tippani. And sometimes, and after that, if still you need, then you can go to like the modern people understanding about it. Okay. But of course, if you go through like the sub-commentary, it's okay. And of course, there is like there is a people who said that, yeah, I mean, they don't go with the commentarial explanation at all. So that is up to you whether you will follow or not. That is up to you. But my personally, in order to understand some of the key points, the sutta, the Atthakatha and the sub commentary is really helpful. The another point is in order to study this, so I mean, especially Sutta Pitaka, okay, in the Sutta Pitaka, so commentary is written actually in Pali language. So most of the sutta, I mean, the explanation or detailed explanation about the sutta in the commentary is not translated into English. So that's why you need to learn about the Pali language. And the Pali language is very important because through the Pali teaching, Pali language, you will see the key teachings of the Buddha. Okay, you will read the key teachings of the Buddha. You will able to key teachings of the Buddha. So as I said, so when we chant the Pali, when we discuss in the Pali, when we chant, recite, or discuss or read the Sutta in Pali, actually there is a kind of that kind of very joyful feeling. Those who can understand it, and it is not like means if you're reading like rush, so you can't feel it, but because like for example, Evang ve sutang ekang samayang bhagava savatya, there is there's a very point to point, there is called the ghana. Those words are written not just, there is a way of, there is a point, there is a system of putting those words in that way. Okay, so okay, what I want to say is from this is, as you know, there is Sutta Pitaka. I mean, the canonical explanations are there. In order to understand the key points in the Sutta Pitaka or the canon, you can refer to the commentary. And if you still have difficulties, you can go to sub-commentaries. And if you have still difficulties, you can go to the sub-commentary, that is the Tippani. So in other way, sub-commentary help you to understand the commentary, and the commentary will help you to understand the the some of the key concept in the Tripitaka. Okay, so language wise, whether you accept or not wise is up to you. That is open to discussion, open for anyone. Okay, that is, I don't want to go further about it. And another thing is, you can discuss, because if you really can't understand if you really can't understand some of these things in your own way or by yourself, actually that's why you need to sakacha discussion. You need to discussion with a scholar who are working in that field, who is familiar with that field, because through the discussion you may get a lots of references. You may not get like, for example, if you go to someone, you ask in a certain point, and if you ask in, okay, can you tell me what is there, when I can find it? Well, he or she might be not very clear about that particular thing, but that person can give you some other references through which you can trace back to the your point. Okay, is the point. And if you have any further question regarding this, so you can ask this. So this discussion, I want to put this as like one. So if you have the only question, you can ask. Okay, I'm talking about the discussion one. Okay, and second is second is during the Buddha's day, there were people, there were many people, many kind of people came to the Buddha. Some of them actually came to the Buddha not because the Buddha was the Buddha or they are really respect to the Buddha. They came to the Buddha to make arguments, to show the respect, to clarify some of the particular things, or sometimes there is a record. There's some people came to the Buddha to greet because Buddha was a prince. Okay, he's coming from the royal family, not because of they was really devoted to the Buddha's teaching or Buddha, toward the Buddha, but because of his coming from the royal family. So there is various reason we can see why the people, why the people came to the Buddha to meet. And there are also histories. There is certain people who had very doubt about the Buddha and Buddha's enlightenment. So after they are having a kind of discussion with the Buddha, they are really, they feel very happy and joy, and they really want to be, the follower of the Buddha. They want to be like, become monks, and they want to offer themselves to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So, and they have made a request like, okay, Buddha, could you please, or I want to become a follower of you, or I want to go under the refuge of the Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha, something like that. So most of the times, actually, there was permit to be, the to be followed the Buddha's teachings and Buddha. And sometimes we also have some particular situation where Buddha look in their, the samsaric karma or samsaric point or their bondage. Buddha did not accept them as his follower at once. For example, I forgot the name of that. He was the like the support of the, the others, ascetics, Niganta. He was the support of the Niganta. Uh, I think Ajivaka or something like this. He was the, the supporter of the others. So he came to the Buddha, he listened Dhamma, the Buddha from the Buddha. Then he wanted to, the support and to become a follower of the Buddha's teaching. And Buddha said, well, you can become you can become a disciple, you can become a by the follower, you can follow, but still do not stop your support to those. Okay. So he was very kind actually. Yes, he was very kind. And I think many of nowadays, many people seem so busy uh, to thinking about some of the Buddha's so-called the philosophical thought. I mean, they're so busy themselves, the studying Buddhism in a way like as a philosophy, like, very tight things. But no, you don't have to know the Buddha. Don't have to see the Buddha. You don't have to, follow the Buddha's teaching like in a very concrete way, very strong way. Like, yes, I'm going to. It's a philosophy. It is this and that. No, be relaxed. Relax mentally, relax physically, put aside all the pressure, put aside all the ideas that I really, really want to know, such kind of attitudes. The more you make yourself, I really want to know, I want to do without this, somehow I want to get it. There's a question whether you're getting the, the real teachings, because it should, yes, there should be some kind of virya, effort, like to know about it, to get it. But in the same times, it should be the mindful virya, mindful effort, joyful effort. You need to be, I mean, the main purpose of Buddha's teaching is to be happy. But if you study or practice this Buddha's teaching with suffering, then what is the purpose of really studying that? So you should be joyful study, joyful practice. There should be some kind of pity. Otherwise, um, it is quite difficult to say that. Buddha's teaching never. The Buddha's teaching never intend or never. It can't be give you pressure. If it is giving a pressure, that is actually because the worldly conditions, worldly benefits. Yes, we can see like today's academic world, people want to study this and that through the Buddhism, this and that, right? The Buddhism, many ways, but it's pressure. No. It should be joyful. I'm doing meditation not because of I have to do. I do meditation because I love to do meditation. This is the point you need to be. I'm joining this discussion because I need to discuss, I need to join this. I have to, otherwise, maybe, it's not good. Maybe I just promise I will continue, but I'm not joining, it's not good. It's not that way. I'm joining this discussion. I am being a part of this discussion because I love it. I like it. I want to learn it, something like that. So same, even the teaching, the learning Buddha's teaching, practicing Buddha's teaching, listening Buddha's teaching, talking about Buddha's teaching, it's all about calmness, mindfulness, clear comprehension, kind, compassion, everything is there. So once you are joy, you are happy about it, you will get more about it. So how can you say, yes, we know in the bigger pictures, our life is suffering. It's true. But that cannot be like it. I mean, in the bigger pictures, our life is, of course, in suffering as long as we are in samsara. But we cannot look forward the happiness being, the suffering. Putting ourselves in suffer. That's why Buddha said, you know, give up both way. Too much pleasure to the body and too much pain to the body. If you're too excited about the teachings, you can't get it. If you're too much lazy about the teaching, you can't get it. What you need to be do is, I'm not so excited about it, and I'm not so lazy about it. Middle way. And you have to find the reason why I want to join this community. Why I'm joining this discussion is because this leads my mind to somewhere where I can the peace and happy and joy. If you cannot advise your mind in that way, it is better not to join. Why you suffering? You can spend that time in something maybe to make you happy. So what I want to say is that whenever you have the chance to study, discussion, join, like any kind of Buddhist, spiritualistic, the spiritual based program, whatever it is, try to make your mind calm, mindfulness, and relax, relax, not pressure. Do not make so pressure. So that's why what I want to say is, so there was a people who came to the Buddha with like, with a kind of big philosophical ideas, with big philosophical idea. And there also we have the stories where there were some who came to the Buddha thinking like, okay, Buddha is not the person who is enlightened. I am the enlightened person. Today I will beat the Buddha. Today I will have the debates with the Buddha. Then I will lose him. That means I will win the discussion this way. But they fail actually in front of the Buddha's compassion. Buddha even say nothing sometimes. So, so what I want to say is, during the Buddha's time, there were many people who came to the Buddha for various reasons. Some of them thought Buddha is a prince, that's why I need to visit him. Buddha is coming from the royal family, that's why I want to visit him. Buddha is such a person who showed the light in the dark, so I want to see him, I want to worship him, I want to respect him, I want to listen from him. In the same time, he says, sometimes you will see the Buddha, it says, Buddho Swakkhatu, the Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vidyacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavido. So these are the phrasing of the Buddha, these qualities of the Buddha. So it says, oh Buddha, the one who is fully enlightened, the one who is Arahant, the one who is, the well gone one, the Buddha who is, the teacher of the, the teacher of the heavenly beings and the Manushya Loka. So I worship him, I want to see him. For various reasons, people made to the Buddha. And after meeting the Buddha, after having a discussion or receiving the Dhamma from the Buddha, they are asked the permission to be ordained. Some of them got, some of them sometimes they got some extra time. So even today, we see there are people after having a connection with the Buddhist teaching, for example, maybe the reading a good books about the Buddha, maybe the listening Dhamma talk of the Buddha, maybe having, the being one of the, the spiritual community in the Buddhist teachings. So they want to practice more in it. And sometimes we come across there are certain people who said, I want to renounce my household life, then but I don't know how to do, what to do, how to do, what to do, and when to do the things. And they also say, I have so many this and that. So that means, I mean, once, so this is what I say, the bodhicitta. Bodhicitta means, I'm not talking like the Mahayana sense. I'm bodhi means like the chitta to become. I mean, the chitta, bodhi seat is like the bodhi seat, like you have a seat in you. Uh, so now you need to water on it. You need to take care of it. This is very important. That's if you have a thought, oh, somehow I want to attain nirvana. Somehow one day I must free from this cosmic suffering. I must free from samsara. If you have such a thought, this is very, 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 very important and very, very pure thoughts. Take care of that pure thoughts. Do not let hidden that thoughts with many others things. Try to water on it, try to pick up it. Yes, might be, today, tomorrow, this month, next month, you're not going to do be so. I mean, but you need to have that, the potentiality. You need to be take care of it. One day when the time is refined, it will work. Okay, that is how we say. So take care of that kusala chitta, take care of that, the good chitta, take care of that Buddha seed. Okay, well, here I'm not talking about like the philosophical way Buddha said this and that. I'm very simple way said the thought, the seed that you have in your mind, thinking like, oh, one day I need to overcome this samsara. So this is very good thought. Take care of the good thought. There's a good seed. Take care of that good seed. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. So now there is a people. Then they have said, okay, where to start? What do I do? They have no Buddhism is the that particular person said that at the end of the day, I feel like Buddha's teaching is the teaching that will suit for me. That person said to me. Then so this is the in the final picture that you have, but how you make it happen? How you make it happen? So yes, the very very the open ways work on it. Okay, but when you go to work on it, then you have so many difficulties, mundane difficult. Then you will worry, okay, where I'm going to start, where I'm going to live, how about my family, how about this and that. So many things are comes. So that means actually you are not ready yet. You are not ready yet. There is, I remember the long years ago, there was someone who said like, he said to me like, he said, I want to become a monastic member, but I don't have still the final call. So he said, like, okay, the thoughts, I want to become a monk is in me, he said to me, in me, but I don't feel that there is a still final call, but I don't know what does it mean. He final call me it. I mean, I think what he wanted to say is that still his thought is not as strong that much to become monastic member. So somehow you need to work on it because the nature of the thought is just a thought, but it's you that either let it go or make it up, keep it, I mean keep it the alive. So a good way and positive both side. So now here, now what I said to that person is, well, I can understand that you really interest or you really want to practice Buddha's teaching and study Buddha's teaching. But with the conversation, I realized that that person does not have any the solid background about the Buddha's teaching, then I said, well, you can start reading the Buddha's teachings. So do not become a Buddhist or Buddhist monastic members just because you feel like, wow, this is so nice, so great, this and that. So I want to become. It's not like that. You need to understand. You need to understand. You need to understand what does it means. So to understand that, you can, the read more about it, you can discuss more about it, and you need to practice about it. Then I also said, did you do the mistake the meditation? He says, no, I don't know about the meditation. So I said, you are not, you are definitely not ready yet. So you need to do meditation. You need to, especially Dhamma Sahakacha, that means listening, the discussion, Dhamma listening, reading, discussing, and that trying to put yourself in a certain spiritual life. Then if you see that it is bearable for you, then you are getting qualified. So these are the qualification. Even even to become a monk is not easy. Beside mentally, family permissions, and others requirements, even after having all these things, like you already decided you want to become monk, and you got the permissions, you left everything, okay, everything's enough, everything's done. But still, when you go temple, you still cannot become a monastic monk at once. You need to be there for some certain time, certain period of time, real way, to train your life in a monastic setting, in a monastic background. So are you ready for that? So it takes some time. Not only that, after you become a novice, what is called a samanera, you need to be, you need to train at such a some a long time as a samanera, training yourself in the monastery to become a fully bhikkhu. So if somebody thinking becoming monk easy, and anybody can become monks, anybody bear these robes, I would like to invite them, come and hold this rope, see how far, yeah, how much you can do. It's not easy. So that's why, in one way, I want to say, it's very respectable. Monastic member is very respectable because it's not easy things, and you need to have the merits, punya, to become the monastic members. Sometimes everything is ready, but you do not have the punya. We have such stories in our day to day, even our today's, also even the Buddha's times. There were many who disrobed because they can't live in, their mind is not established, not calm down in that setting. So somehow what I want to say is, whenever you have a thoughts, I really, the want to practice in Buddhist teachings, or I want to become a monastic member, or I want to, renounce my household life. Before that, there are so many things that you need to do as a preparation for that. That is, you need to check whether are you really ready mentally and socially. These things, and you really need to be see like what you know, and again, you need to a lots of sacrifice. For example, in the society, you are the big person, you're the very figure. People respect you, but once you become the monastic, maybe among the monastic members, since you become the monastic member later, you need to follow them. But I have seen there are certain people who were the very gentleman, big man, businessman in the society. Somehow they have become the monks, and they want to walk in front of some senior monks because they are, the by by old years, by the age they are old and looks like Mahatero, like the big monk, chief monk. So that's wrong. I have seen wrong. So according to Buddhist tradition, whatever age you are, it doesn't matter. Once you become the monastic, you need to follow the small novice who became the novice or bhikkhu before you. So something like this. So monastic life, the age, according to Theravada especially, the senior, junior rank is according to their age in the monastic life. Okay, so in order to do so, you need to prepare mentally like pride. There are so many, I know that I'm very famous. Many people respect me in the society. I am this and that. So I need to be, like in front chair, this and that. So it can't be like that. So society is another setting, monastic life is another setting. In the monastic living, you need to give up everything, including your pride, including your so many egoistic views. Okay. So what I want to, in brief, want to say regarding this second part is whenever you have a thought that I need to, or I must, or I should, or I want to free from samsara and I need to work on it, it can be as a layperson or as a monastic members, take care of that thoughts. Do not let that thoughts disappear from your mind, or do not let that thoughts to hidden with some extraordinary like mundane things. While you go, take care of that thoughts too. Okay, so that's all I want to say about it. And if you have any question, and we will talk about it later. So this is the second. What are the third part I said? Anybody remember? Mm, okay. Um, okay.
About Tipitaka.
Sorry,
About Tipitaka. The
about
first one.
first one. Yes.
Yeah. The Tipitaka.
What are the Tipitaka you means?
Yeah.
Tipitaka means the Tipitaka means
No, 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 no. I know. I thought you asked what was the first point.
no. Yeah. No.
Sorry,
These are now
sorry.
first point, second point, and third point. Did I say any? I think I remember in the meeting I put some others. Let me see. Okay, however. So now I would like to discuss about I think Anapanasati. I have prepared okay, let me yeah. So I have prepared this. Maybe this one. Oh, what do you see? Do you see the Anapanasutta, this one? Yeah, I think yeah. So this is just of an article that I collected from internet. So I just want to make sure that what we're talking, because I don't think we can finish all reading all the suttas in this 12. But of course, if you would like, we will think about it to continue in the future. So here, Anapanasati Sutta, then I think you already know what is Sutta is about. It's about it's about the breathing. Okay, and importantly, it's here. Yeah, this is the important point, I think. Anapanasati Sutta, or the breathing meditation discourses, which is come from the Majjhima Nikaya, it is about using the awareness of the breath, okay, as initial focus for the meditation, as initial focus for the meditation, okay. So as we said, is concentrated to your mind. And this is the another things that this sutta or Anapanasati Sutta talk into 16 steps. Okay. And there are these 16 steps grouped in a 4 ways. What are the 4 ways? So contemplation of the bodies. I think some of you know already about the Satipatthana Sutta. And Satipatthana Sutta and this Anapanasati Sutta actually have a kind of very connected. Okay. So you will see when you see the 16 step of these, 4 of them is actually related with the kaya. Okay. And another 4 is about the feeling. Okay. And another 4 is another 4 is about the chitta, mind. Okay. And the last 4 is about the object in our mind. So we were talking about, I think we already finished about the breathe in, breathe out, like initial level. Okay. The breathe in, breathe out initial level, and breathe in, breathe out long and short. And we also discuss about breathe in, breathe out, experience of the whole body. Okay. And we also talk about like the breathe in, breathe out with the kaya sankar. Okay. Body formation last week we discussed. And we also discuss about like the joyful feelings. Okay, this is the feeling, okay, during the breath. So when you feel joy about your meditation and you experience it. So when you are breathe in, breathe out, at certain point, your mind is, I mean, when your mind is calmed down because of the awareness, clear comprehensive understanding, and wisdom, your mind become calmed down or become concentrated. Within there is some feelings start. So that is like the, as we said, the piti, sukha, and chitta sankara. Okay, chitta sankara. And calming mental, also the calmness, then you can see the calmness in your mind. Okay. So knowing all these things, you need to be mindful about your breath. Okay, your breath. As I said, your main intention is, your main duty is to become, I mean, to be aware about your breath, okay, to observe the breath with wisdom. So I will talk about the what is actually wisdom, what is the awareness, what is the clear comprehension, understanding. I will little bit after this, I will talk about it. So third part is about the mental connected. So once when he breathe in, breathe out, okay, he trains himself. I will breathe, experience the mind. So what is the here? Mind means what actually? What is what is going on in mind? I mean, you don't have to think about the mind, but once the mind, how the mental phenomena working, you just observe it. If a thought's come, you don't have to cling it, you don't have to attach it, you don't have to detach it either. So just observe it. So such kind of things are talking about here. So within few minutes, means all these things I will talk in a few two, 3 ways. The last is mental object. You see, I think some people say when I start to do my meditation, my minds go here and there. Do you think the minds go here and there? It's not mind go here and there. It is minds change the object. Okay, mind change. For example, now you thinking about that. Now you will think about another things. You will think about another things. So mind does not go anywhere, actually in deep level, but the mind, the object of the mind is change. Okay, but you need to be aware about it. You need to be aware about it. Okay, so that is what the is talking about. So I also connected, I mean, selected some for you. I will send this to you and you can read about it. Because after talking on the 2 aspect, we will practice, then we will discuss. That's why I want to finish this one today. And in addition, I mean, these are the some suttas that you can refer, you can study about these anapanasati methods, meditation methods more. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I. mm, Okay, I have two aspects to discuss with you. Then we will practice meditation. So I want you to be like relaxed, just feel relaxed. Okay. Before talking to the opening the mind, the two aspect, may I know if you wish, I mean, if it is okay for you, could you please tell me a little bit about what you learn or how this mindfulness, I mean, about the anapanasati affect you? Could you, I mean, were you able to get some benefits from this type of meditation?
Yes,
Okay.
this is like in the second point that you mention it, that the people don't practice too much meditation because in the first time they don't feel anything when they do meditation. That means that they feel bored. But later on, when you start practicing more meditation, you start to feeling the peace and the concentration. Because Anapana is really, really a strong meditation for concentration of the mind.
Yes, true. The Anapanasati meditation is very strong and very useful because in the Visuddhi Magga, the path of purification, you will see there are many meditation objects talking about, and some of them is actually external. But breathing meditation is very useful because you can do it anywhere, wherever you are, whenever you want, because the object of this meditation is your breath, and your breath is with you. And most venerable Achancha in Thailand, one of the most famous meditation teachers from Thailand, who's teaching nowadays, the lightning around the world, especially in the Europe, in Theravada tradition. He is actually introducing the Anapanasati Sutta. As I last week last time said to you, they are actually not only, they are in morning and evening chanting, they are included this the Anapanasati Sutta to chant, to recite. And they are trying to spend their life, daytime with it actually. So it is that much important. And Venerable Achancha, he said, if you have time to breathe, you have time to meditate. It's true. Because as long as you breathe, you're alive. As long as you're alive, you can meditate. So, for example, in the bus, you got of course, it's so many noisy, go in this and that, but you close your eye, you just, the calm down your mind, and you can concentrate your breath. If you're really good, if you really meditate, if you have a train in it, you can do it anywhere. You no need to have a perfect seat, perfect background. But to get the concentrate and even such situation is need practice. There are people who can neglect all the difficulties that's going around us, but they can keep meditating. Because they are good at, they are master in meditation because they know how to concentrate. Their mind is already, the road. So if you know the path, you don't have to ask this and that. You directly can go it. But if you don't know the path, then you have to search it. You have to find out it. You have to ask it. But after doing all this, once you arrive there, You know actually how to go there. Did you get it? For example, this is the mountain. So in the mountain, now if you don't know, I means like if you don't know how to climb it, where to go it, you have to ask. You have to see the the sign, notice this, where to go, how to go where. But once you have been there, and if you maybe second time also little bit difficulty, that is why doing 1 hour meditation, doing 10 days meditation, doing 1 month meditation, or doing uh the some of the initial meditation, you cannot judge that whether you are good or bad in meditation, whether you can concentrate or not. You need to follow the path again and again, again and again, again and again. I will talk about it in a minute about it. But once you are master, once you know the path, you are there, and whatever the situation going on, you can go it there. You can directly go it there. For example, if I want, for example, now I mean, I remember that in the early days, I mean, so in the beginning when I arrived in Hong Kong, actually, I don't know how to go even the station to station. I asked many questions. I said, "Oh, I don't know. Please come into where I am and take me there." I asked them to come where I'm living and take me there. But now I know because I have been there 2, 3 times. Then I know I don't have to ask anyone now. I can go there. So so this is also in the same ways. Meditation also like that. Concentration also like that. So just because of 1 time, 2 time doing meditation, you can't get that kind of joy, that kind of samadhi, that kind of concentration, that kind of calmness in your mind. You need to practice more and more, more and more, and try and try, try and try, and one day you can fly. Okay.
Yes, I think that's a anapana meditation.
Yes, yes.
Teach us to walk in with the mind and to live in the present moment.
Yes, so one of our friends also said that yes, because I mean, doing this kind of meditation really make her to focus on her works and can do the things easily. It's true, it's true. Yes. So, and I think the this because sometimes this is very practical. This I'm saying. Sometimes when I cannot sleep, of course, I'm doing meditation not to sleep, but even you can use meditation to sleep because once you close your eye with external world, when you go to your breath, when your mind has become the one pointness, a kind of, then you really feel very calm, and because the calmness, then you actually feel sleep. That is the normal way. But in meditation, because of your awareness, you cannot feel sleep. Did you get what I'm saying? Once you close your connection with the external world, even if even you close eye but light is on, still there is some disturb. Those who can do meditation, they will know it. So that's why dim light, the very small light is much better. That's why we say the evening or morning meditation, not like the in the middle of the day under the sun, you can do the forest and do the meditation. It's not like that because they need to be surrounded. The environment should be help us. So what I want to say is that uh, once we disconnect our internal world and external world, still at the beginning mind is busy with internal world, but if you are aware about it, if you mindful about it, okay, you will keep your meditation. Otherwise, after some times, since your mind is less connected, I mean, less connected with the external, this and that, your minds become a little bit a kind of, as our friend says, like the neuro and the, the mind. And that's why because of you feel sleepy. And in meditation, plus because of the awareness, because of your mindfulness, because of your wisdom, because of your effort, then make it alive. So that is how the meditation goes. So we will talk about it. Actually, I have the point to talk about it. So as I said again, if you know the path, I mean, then you don't need to ask anyone. But to know the path, there is lots of struggle. There's lots of difficulties. So just because of 1 hour, 2 hour meditation, you cannot decide to yourself, well, this and that. So you need to, the stand up, fail down, stand up, fail down. Every meditation hour is not a good meditation hour. Every meditation day is not a good meditation day. Sometimes you do the meditation, you really cannot concentrate anything. You don't know what you did. Like one by one coming, one by one coming, one by coming. Society problem, family problem, disciple problem, this problem, that problem, study, external, lots of things coming. Can't do that. I mean, then you cannot concentrate. But you don't have to even attach with it. Just know that, oh, that is so. That's all. Okay. I think most of you. Okay, there's a question. I will address it. I will address it, and please remind me this question once again. Okay. So I want to tell you a little bit something. I know, nowadays in our society, there was some of the very famous teachers who were giving these meditations. One of them is, I would like to point it out, two master. One is the Goenka. I think you know by the name. Goenka is in India, who was, his name is Goenka. Goenka, S. and Goenka is a very famous meditation teachers. Let me write nicely for you. Yes, Goenka. So he's famous. I mean, the well-known retreat is 10 days. Okay, his well-known is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 days. In these 10 days, he have like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the important that I'm going to talk about. In these 3 days, he has spent time for the Anapanasati. Okay. In his retreat, most of the times he has spent these first day, second day, third day for the what? To establish mind through the Anapanasati. Anapanasati. Now, okay, I'm not drawing all the things. This is a nose, okay? It's a nose. So he have very good methods. I mean, this method actually is good. He follow first time to be mindful here. Where? Around the nose, okay? Little bit cold here. So around the nose, okay? Around the nose here, and including here. So close eye, as we said, close eye, sitting cross leg or in a position correct way. Sorry. Sorry. When he closed eye, he advised his participant to pay attention around the nose. But I don't know how you pay attention your mind here. But to pay attention here is easy actually. Is easy, but I'm saying easy is not because I mean master or this and that, but some point is easy. But there is some people who misunderstand to paying attention on the the top of the nose. They misunderstand. So when they are said so, sometimes some people try to see like this. They are, try to see the ear with like this, with like this. And sometimes people with the the half eye, they are also try to half open eye. They try to see the top the nose. But remember that is wrong. That is wrong. If you do so, you will be very happy. You will be very tired. You'll be very tired.
And headache.
What here? What he's saying is, I mean, this is open for you to discuss about it. But let me discuss more about it. This is one way is good because when breathe go inside and outside, but of course he does not saying that to focus at this point inside, outside, okay? But I'm saying you can pay attention here, okay? Following, I mean, if we follow his, because when the is go in and outside, the breath go inside and outside, you will feel some kind of air here, touch here, okay? And you can be aware about it actually. You can be aware about it. Okay, one way. And second day, he said, how do you feel my nose? I mean, the art in the nose. Second day, okay. Second day, he tried to know the in, out, or in, out, whatever it is. This goes in this way. When you breathe in, you know that you are breathe in. Whenever you breathe out, you know the breathe out. So at the very beginning, you really can find the touch of the ear with the body, or the whether it is hot or the cold. You cannot feel it. But there are some practitioner who say when the ears touch their the nose and in this area, their feel is little hot. The breath, the air is hot. There are some people who said, okay.
Is when you breathe, you feel cold. And
Yes.
when you put down, you feel hot.
Yeah, you see. So there are some people who, so even, but when we just breathe in, breathe out, normally we don't feel it actually, because our mind is not there. But to feel it, you need to be aware about it. Okay, about it. So there is the second, the one way they are talking about.
Bante, because that one, it's our body is inside is too hot. When
Yes.
it's we breathe out, that one is it's how to say feel we can feel hot, and when that our around surround that weather, it's cool than our body temperature, right? That's how when we breathe inside, that time we feel cool.
Yes, yes. So yes, I mean, what I want to say is that if we not aware about it, we cannot feel it, right? I mean, for
Yeah,
example, now you also breathing, I also breathing, but am I feel it? No. But when as I close eye, when I pay attention on it, I can really feel it. So
yeah.
somebody say, how the breath is long or short? How do I know? How do I know the long, the whole body of the breath, and the short, whole body of the breath, long body of the breath? How can I know? All you will know once you are in it, in that process. okay, in that process.
Yeah, if we cannot, and then we can little bit strongly, we can breathe. It's like that little bit loudly. We can do in that way also, and then it's easy to understand. We can
And
feel it.
yeah, but Venerable, then when you pause, I mean, when you push yourself to do so, that is not, I mean, natural way we need to feel
No,
it.
no, I mean, if we cannot feel in that way, we can do in that way also. And then if we already recognize it's how about that one, and then later when we going to process, and then we can feel it that one automatically it's come.
Yes, yes. Well, that point I will come. Sometimes we need to push. Where is that point? I will come to next discussion actually. But according to this, is the like this. Okay. And the third point he said, feel it here, feel it here. So when it's just feel it here, feel it here. So that is the Venka's 10 days retreat. That is how he say. In this 3 day, he tried to, so once you are master is, then you really can feel your breath, where to touch, the area is moving, the area is going on. For example, might be this area saying, because for example, now as our two friends of us said, when you breathe in, breathe out, for example, when you breathe out, is touching to your this part, and might be this part, the push some of the air maybe upside. It can be. So might be that also possibilities. Okay. But somehow here it's all about the air of the breath. Okay. Wherever the air of the breath goes, be mindful about it. So it's always go around here, 1 point. And this is second days. And third day, they are really say, okay, see where the air touch. Okay. So this is, as I said, from the, I was studying a little bit about it and I got to know about it. Okay. And second things, of course, with these things, I want to know that, oh, big nose. Uh,
Mm.
I'm not good at drawing, so have some problem. Okay, this is the other side. Okay, this is this side. You are looking this side. Now, as I said, Achanj, when we do the breathe in, breathe out meditation, Venerable Achancha, he said few things. He said, when you start doing your meditation, one and only job for you is to, but to be mindful. Just be mindful and just observe the fully body. Okay. And during this time, you will have, as we discuss always, you will have a lots of thoughts, a lots of conflicts, a lots of debate, a lots of dialogue, internal dialogue, internally. You are talking with no one. You are talking with yourself. Sometimes in your mind, you make, for example, okay, I will go to that person. When that person say like this to me, I will reply in this way. When he say like that, I will tell in that way. You see, these are the internal dialogue. These are the internal dialogue you creating, we creating ourselves. So be mindful not to do so. Okay. And because and whenever we do meditation, whatever the thoughts appear in our mind, whether it's good or bad, is not important. Maybe the very, very good thoughts. Oh, that person very nice, very kind, very compassionate. Or maybe I will help that person. Maybe I will approach to that person. I will thank to that person. In the other hand, oh, that person very bad, like this, like that. So many good and bad thoughts will appear. Even if it is very, very compassionate, you don't take care of it. That is not important at that moment. The moment in the meditation is only about to take care of your mind. Take care of your mind means be aware about your mind. What's going on in my mind right now? What I'm thinking? Am I supposed to think like that way? Sometimes you do meditation, you wake up suddenly like this. What happened to me? Where I was? You cannot find. That means you know that you are not mindful. If you find yourself like that, where I was? Yes, suddenly happened, right? Sometimes you do meditation, after 5 minutes, 6 minutes, you see that, oh, you were not asleep, but you didn't do meditation. But somehow time is gone. And thing is there. Then if you feel so, then you know that you are not mindfulness. You don't have to tell your teachers. You don't have to tell someone who is left and right, in front and behind. Or you don't tell to me, but you talk to yourself. Hey, you are not mindful. You are not mindful. But don't attach it. Don't hate yourself. Be kind to be yourself. The more you are kind to yourself means the more you are going to affect trying to do the good things good ways. So these are very important points. And mindfulness is taking care of the mind, as I said, because mindfulness is taking care of your mind means because if you want to take care of your mind, you don't let mind to harm yourself. You don't let your mind to help, the harm others. You don't want to see your mind is damaged, hurt, or broken, or painful, or suffering because of others' action. Now, if I want to take care of my mind, now, for example, we take care of our body, right? We eat, we sleep, we take shower. Why? Why we do so? Because I take care of my body. In the same times, you also need to be take care of your mind. How do you take care of your mind? If you just say like, okay, it's okay, nobody says that, nobody's seen that I have something wrong, nobody this and that. I mean, the mind, because of the ignorance, did something wrong, and now it's your mind that covering that wrong thing, ignorant things with your mind. There is not take care of your mind. That's why in Buddhism there says that the Buddha even did not do anything wrong hiddenly. Rahasin what paunokala seka, even hidden, secretly. There's so you don't have to. I mean, you can't be secret mentally to your mind. If your mind now, if your mind jumping here and there, ignorant way, you talk to your mind because, and you need to talk to your mind with mindfulness and wisdom. Why wisdom? Because if you do not take care of your mind with wisdom, you will hate your mind. Such a bad person I am. Such a wrong person I am. Such a foolish person. I'm such a dull person. I try many times to meditate, but I can't. Yeah, I should not do meditation. I'm very bad. No, you don't have to say like that. Cannot say like this. You need to you need to be understood well. Undeveloped, the nature of undeveloped mind is so. I understand that my mind is still not concentrate. But let me try to concentrate more and more, more and more, more and more. So this wisdom we were talking. While mind want to ignorant way, you talk to mind, hey, you're not going there. You stay here. You are not supposed to think about this and that. You're not supposed to, the recall your memory about past life, or what we're going to do tomorrow, or what somebody did to you. This time is not for that. This time for is to be mindful and wise about your thoughts, your mental object. Because this is how you talk to yourself. Before you're counseling someone, counsel to yourself. Before you giving a mental, you taking care of others person mentally, take care of your person. Before you are going to be like psychologist or someone, be psychologist for yourself. Before you trying to be philosopher to someone, try to be philosopher to yourself. It's called self-caring. Okay, another way self-caring. It does not, in the negative way, not negative, positive way. You take care of self. So here, mindfulness and wisdom is very important to take care of your your mind, okay, and do it so. And another thing is, there is, as long as, like, let's put in, the chicken coop, 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 COP, coop. A chicken house, right? Chicken house. The chicken is in its net or coop. As long as this chicken is in it, it's go everywhere. Still in it, it does not bring any bothering to it. Its life. Say, but if the chicken go outside, there can be dangers. In the same way, mind, as long as inside, of course, mind does not go outside actually. The object of mind is changed. Then we say, okay, my mind goes to, there, my mind goes to there, my mind goes to there. But what is actually happening is my mind change the object. Okay, that is how the mind goes so far, so this and that way. So what I want to say is here, try to see the nature of the mind which is inside in you, which is within this patong long body, and take care of that mind. And if this mind go outside without, the proper training, with the proper training, this mind will suffer a lot, will suffer a lot. If somebody says something to you, yeah, upset. If somebody say nice to you, so feel happy. But every day, no, everybody, there is no, every day you can't hope that every people will praise me. You can't hope like that. If I hope like, okay, every person will be so nice to me, so good to me, they will greet to me, they will nice to me, blah, blah, blah. It's mental sick. It's a mental sick. But once it's not happening, then we suffer. But once we are hoping in such a way, good thing from the society always, but once we can't get it, also suffering. But the reality is we're not going to get it. So are you suffering every day? No. You are going to suffering every day, but do you want to suffer every day? No, I don't want. Then what to do? That's why no attach, no detach. Train the mind not to attach, not to detach. Maybe today you are very good to me. I am not sure that after 1 week, whether you're good, we will be the same to me. But if I hope like that, no, these people should be same to me every day in this way and always, because blah, 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 blah. There's a mental sick if I hope like that. So things are changing. Things are changing. That like dislike will change, but always remember to be wise, to be mindful to your mind, and try to train your mind with mindfulness or awareness and wisdom. Then the mind is protected. Otherwise, it will like the chicken, outside the cop, outside its house. Like that, this can be dangerous. So these are the point actually we need to be discussed about very importantly. And another thing is, as I said, in meditation, you must give, from today onward, please try to remember that there is something called the inner dialogue. Inner dialogue. That means you are talking yourself. You are the person who creating the actor, who creating the dialogue, who create the scripture, and you make a film in your mind. So try to be mindful about that. Try to, try to avoid those thought with mindfulness and with wisdom. Why I'm saying with mindfulness, with wisdom? Because you don't hate them. Because if you hate them, it will continue. If you love them, it will continue. If you attach to if you attach to some things because you like it, it will follow you. And if you hate it because you hate it, actually some way it's also follow you. Why? Because in consciousness, I don't like that, I don't like that, something like that. So the good way is let it go and let it be as it is. You don't have to attach, you don't have to detach. Thoughts comes, thoughts goes. I go my way. When I go my own way, things are comes and go, things are comes and go, that's all. I'm not following, I'm not attaching, I'm not detaching. I just go my way. So go your way in a Dhammic way with the mindfulness and wisdom. Many people will throw the stone to your life. Don't care. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to, and there's some people, they will throw you the flowers. You don't have to attach them even. Because after throwing flowers, even the storm is coming. Every day is not the sunny. Every day is not the rainy. If you say, I'm okay with it, okay, go ahead. But the reality is, in mundane worlds, most of the suffering. And you can minimize this suffering. That is mindfulness, wisdom. When you will be able to minimize this suffering in this world, in the same time, you will be able to develop your progress in the spiritual life too. So I said few things in the second act, that is whether thoughts are good or bad is not important. Okay. When you close eye, when you do meditation, your main duty is be aware about it. Another things, even if it is happening, okay, in case I'm not sure, like 0.0001 point, if in the future or after this meditation or today itself meditation, if you feel, oh, Venerable Pragnapal, but this me, I mean, this five aggregate, explain things a little bit in this way. Maybe the good way or bad way. If you feel like it's a good way, but don't try to attach it. You just, oh, that's a picture, that's image, just come, that's all. And if you're uncomfortable with this explanation, even you don't, hesitate, to be mindful about it. You just be mindful. Oh, this, hey, I don't like it. Oh, I like it. That's all. Why I'm saying is this, because there is a situation where many some practitioner, they are so respectful to their teacher. Unfortunately, their meditation object become the teachers, not the awareness. So when you do meditation, your job is only be mindful and aware and see the things clearly with wisdom. Whether the good thoughts, bad thoughts, it doesn't matter. It's not important at that moment. Okay. One thing is that. And second thing is, I said, you need to always follow by, the wisdom and awareness. And another thing is, I said, is like the chicken cop. Okay, remember that. And it is not the mind that change. It is like the mental object that change. Okay. So these are the things I think need to be said. But and I guess again, if you want to take care of your mind, that means be more mindfulness. Be more mindfulness. Actually, it's all you, I, we, all we need it. Sometimes we don't know what we say, what we do know, what we think, what we don't know where we are. Just say blah 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 blah. And so busy mentally thinking and planning this and but no, calm down. So okay, right now, that's end of our discussion. Now, I really, really, really request you, whatever I said, put aside, not forget, put aside for a while. You can reflect it later on. Now, I want what I want. Oh yes, I forgot to point one point. As venerable said, when you meditate, listen carefully. This is very helpful. When you meditate, sometimes you see your mind somehow difficult to concentrate, going here and there. There are so many disturbs coming. At that time, you can do some kind of, you pause yourself, like take a long breath. Like uh, you pause little bit self. It is like, and you take the as long as the breath you can take, like the elephant take the suck all the way water in his, the task, and it push through. The same way, when we push, I mean the breathe out, you breathe out from the whole body. Don't put any remaining there. Don't put any breath in you. You can do it 2 or 3 times, but don't follow it continuously. 2 3 times. You remember, once you one time, maybe you can do 2 or 3 breath like this. But remember that take the breath as long as you can and release it entirely. So that means actually like there is a kind of making you aware of the distract from the distracting thing, just bring it to here. But you cannot continue because that is not the meditation method. There's like, it's like, for example, I know there is some meditation teachers, when they are doing meditation, after sometimes they are hit with something here like this. So it is one way is good like that, they bring you to the present moment. Okay. Hey, where sometimes when they hit you, then you are making, oh, you're making a very very nice dream, very very nice film, very nice movies, and you are writing very nice stories. But once it's hit like this, then you are, oh, you come to the present moment. So sometimes they are ring the bell. you know it is seems like good, including the breathing, but after you develop your meditation, we need no need to be like that. Even that is not the good way. But for the very beginning, if you really really disturb here there to concentrate your mind, you can take a few long breath and release it entirely. and you can go like 1, 2, 3, maybe. Then, but don't follow them continuously because it's tiring. It's make you tired body. That is just awake your mind from sleepy or distraction or something like that. Okay. So that's the point that I want to say lastly. And um, so now we are going to practice. So do we have, of course we will do, but what is the time right now? Oh, we took a lots of time today. Wow, all of you are here. So happy. Well,
You are teaching very nice. We are listening to, we don't mind the time, just only
oh, I
focus on
see.
the teaching.
Yeah,
Yes.
being a
Not only
teacher,
that, it is also other days also good. That's why. Today is a more interesting.
I see. Well, okay. Uh, but I think, as you said, let's practice together. Okay, let's practice.
Yes.
Bante,
Yeah.
I said that one, no, before I said that one is not every time. I mean, it's when we cannot feel anything. So at that time, we can do it's a little bit strongly, and then we can feel, I mean. And then when we are just doing anapana, sometimes our mind is totally dull. It means
Mm.
we cannot feel anything. Even we are breathing, but our mind is not concentrate, and then we cannot think how it's our ear is going and coming. That one also when sometimes we cannot feel it. It's totally how do I say unconscious, like even mindful, but we cannot see the ear. It's
The
going
breath, yeah.
touch
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
That time
Okay.
we can do
Yeah.
in that.
So,
That is because when you do
sorry, Venerable, we couldn't hear. Could you tell me more again? Sorry, the Maria, please, because of what? Hello?
I think her connection is not so good,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. No, she said she said one good point there. Yes.
Yeah, but connection is, I think, loose.
Mm. Well, it's true because I mean, like when we are actually Venerable here like this. Okay, she's trying to talk something. Okay. Oh, yes. I mean, sometimes, of course, when you're mindful and you cannot feel the breath, there's a kind of,
And then sometimes sleepy. That time also we can do.
yeah. So now you said that also we sleepy, but there is a conflict when we say so, because if you're really mindful, but it's true that when your mind is really concentrated, then it's very difficult to feel even the breath because breath becomes so subtle.
Yeah.
But there is very deep level, like kind of, I mean, it's kind of very
Mhm.
good, this
Yeah.
this will be like after very really good practice. But if it is happening in the beginning, that means there's two ways you can do. One way is like uh, to like some kind of change, as you said, yes, push like take the breath initially, as we also explained, the Venerable Achan just said. Yeah, and let's see if our friends want to share something about it.
Actually, I didn't do it. Actually, I just say if someone they cannot feel hot and cool, that time we little bit strongly when we breathe, that
Mm-hmm.
we can feel. I say that one, and then
Okay, you
if
connected that
we
to, okay,
are
yeah,
yeah
yeah,
yeah
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
If we sleepy, that time also it's sometime when sleepy also we cannot we cannot how to say it's a breathe. We cannot concentrate on that one. Sorry. And that time also we little bit strongly breathe, and then again we can focus on that our breathe, I mean.
Yes, true.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry to it's the
yeah. But
same
anyhow,
misunderstanding.
personally, from my experience, I can say that yes, true that some breaths are, I mean, there is actually cold breath and hot breath is not there. Even if you very normally you just put your nose here, you will feel
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You will
yeah.
feel it very easy. Breath is hot. I mean that the breathe out is there is a kind of hot, but you can feel it without putting. I mean, you can feel it if you're really mindful about it. I mean, of course, when you're really mindful is there is a situation even you cannot feel anything because it becomes so subtle.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah,
So
that's
subtle.
yeah.
That is another level. Yes, that is another level. Yeah. So we have like the beginning level of the concentration, the deep level of concentration. There's actually many methods.